Have you ever wondered how small diesel engines produce so much power? How a small 1.5 liter diesel engine can easily pull heavy cars, climb hills, and still feel effortless? The secret is not just the turbo, it's the turbo and intercooler working together. Most people think turbo simply adds more air and gives more power, but that's only half the story. Because when the air is compressed, it also becomes very hot, and hot air actually reduces engine performance. So if heat reduces power, how does the engine still become stronger? That's where the intercooler comes in. First, understand the turbocharger. When the engine runs, exhaust gases comes out at very high speed. Normally this energy is completely wasted, but a turbo captures this waste energy. The exhaust spins a turbine, and that turbine is connected to a compressor. The compressor sucks fresh air, compress it and force it into the engine under pressure. Because the air is pushed in with pressure, more air enters the cylinder than normally. More air means more oxygen. More oxygen allows more fuel to burn. And stronger combustion produces more torque and more power. That's why diesel engines feel very strong, especially at low RPM. But there is a problem. When air is compressed, its temperature increases naturally. So the air coming out of the turbo becomes extremely hot, sometimes above 150 degrees Celsius. Hot air is less dense, which means it contains fewer oxygen molecules. Less oxygen reduces combustion efficiency. It can also increase engine heat, knocking, and stress on engine parts. So turbo alone cannot give the best performance. This is where the intercooler helps. Intercooler works like a small radiator, but instead of cooling coolant, it cools air. The hot compressed air from the turbo passes through the thinly metal pipes inside the intercooler. Cool outside air removes the heat. As the temperature drops, the air becomes denser. Denser air carries more oxygen in the same space. So the engine now receives cool, oxygen-rich air which improves combustion and make the engine smoother and more efficient. Diesel engines run at higher compression and are built for heavy loads and strong torque. They naturally generate more heat compared to petrol engines. So controlling air temperatures becomes even more important. That's why almost every modern diesel engine comes with both a turbo and an intercooler as standard. Without cooling, performance would quickly drop. So simply, turbo increases the almost of air entering the engine. Intercooler cools the air and makes it denser and increases air quality. One increases air quantity, the other improves air quality. Together they create perfect combination, and that gives better power, better mileage and lower engine temperature. That's why when you drive on highways, carry heavy loads or climb hills, diesel cars don't lose power easily. Even after long drives, the engine still feels strong and consistent. Because the intercooler keeps supplying cool air continuously. So the real power does not come from the turbo alone. It comes from the teamwork between turbo and intercooler. One pushes more air in, the other makes that air more effective. And this perfect combination is what makes diesel engine powerful, efficient and long lasting. So next time someone says turbo gives more power, you know the real truth. It's turbo plus intercooler working together. If you enjoy this simple explanation, like the video and subscribe for more easy car and engine technology content. I will see you in the next one.